Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Miami Marlins. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain his dominance in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now. And on the mound today, Braxton Garrett. And Chris, he's hoping for some better fortune moving forward.
Well, I'm looking to see if he can increase the amount of swings and misses and perhaps get more strikeouts, because hitters are batting over 300 against him, and that means guys are getting the barrel to the ball. Exit velocity has got to be pretty good when you have that kind of batting average. So he's going to have to find a way to do something different in this one.
Stop. Stands at first with one out. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw. Save. That's a stolen base.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game, and that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment. Our players are going to be running all game.
Nola back to work. That one misses, and that's ball one.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot. Nola's a guy that can rack up a lot of strikeouts throughout the year, Boog. He's got multiple seasons with 200-plus Ks and a pitch arsenal that leaves most hitters frustrated as they walk back to the dugout.
And a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Samuel Basallo. 1-for-1 with a single so far. Squirts away a little bit. 0-1. Man at second. Swings and misses. 0-2 now.
0-2.
Struck him out swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater. So 2 on with 2 away. Samuel Basallo, the next up for the Marlins.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
And takes low for ball one.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Two on, 2 outs. In the dirt. Wow, that's a great job behind the dish there. Swings and misses, struck him out. Marlins strand a pair. So 2 down. Samuel Basallo, the next up for the Marlins. 1 for 3. Swings through that one, out in front that time.
0-1.
2 outs, base is empty. And a swing and a miss.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
That one off the mark, and that is ball 1.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Dives and he can't hang on. And that keeps the inning alive.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there. It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark, and just sometimes things aren't as
Welcome to Marlins Way, where we find Lone Depot Park. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Miami Marlins. Well, Singy, we get to see one of the hottest hitters in the league today. Quite the streak he's riding.
seriously, Boog, he's been on.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. About to get started here. And today's starting pitcher, Ryan Weathers. And the left-hander to face the Phillies lineup. Tell me about him.
Well, you know this guy wants to be better than that. I mean, the ERA is bloated. He understands that he's got to put his team in a better position to win ball games. And at this point, you have to forget about your own individual stats, and you have to go out there and attack and try to get that W. And if you do that, you'll look up, and most likely that ERA will have dropped over time.
Agustin Ramirez stands in now and watches strike 1. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Robert brings it in for the 3rd out. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Runner in scoring position, no outs. 50. Ramirez, the next to hit. Fly to center his first time. Fouled off down the right side. And strike 2.
No ball, 2 strike.
Just off the inside corner. And the count 1-2.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Next pitch is outside.
Okay.
Ripped to third and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Two outs, nobody
Now
out.
batting,
And here's the
number
catcher,
50.
Agustin Ramirez. And here it comes. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Castellanos moves on it. Has room, and he makes the catch. Man at first,
Now
nobody
batting,
out.
number
Next to
50.
hit, Agustin Ramirez. 0 for 3 in this one. And that one fouled off.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
One-run game, bottom 9. Swung on, belted. Castellanos on his horse. High bounce over the fence for an automatic double.
Oh boy, do they catch a break. Otherwise, you're looking at runners around the bases and probably a run that scores.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Miami Marlins. Well, Singy, we get to see one of the hottest hitters in the league today. Quite the streak he's riding.
Seriously, Boog, he's been on fire.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. So, almost ready to get underway. On the hill here today, Michael Lorenzen. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boog, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They could move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Lined, and that's a base hit. Around first, heading for 2. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Welcome back.
Leading
Let's
off
take a look
for
at how the
Marlins,
series has played out so
left
far.
fielder Dylan Cruz.
Kershaw back to work. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. For Clayton Kershaw, the resume speaks for itself. One of the best pitchers of his or any generation. He's won 3 Cy Youngs, an MVP, and a guy who has really leaned on that slider as the dominant pitch for his career. Off the mark there, and the count is 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. On the inside corner for called strike 3.
That was just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I gotta think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff pouring in on his hands.
Ripped, but it curls foul. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
One out, base is empty. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Sanchez collects, fires to first, got him. 2 gone after the strikeout.
Perfectly executed 12-6 curveball right there, and with that kind of break, if you can drop it in below the zone like that, it's going to look like a strike the entire way coming in and then just disappear. So hard to get under the ball unless you're really gearing up for it, and you might need a pitching wedge.
Cruz in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Ball 2.
The Marlins trailing by 3. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. And there's a ball.
Outside.
Next offering in there for a strike. And now 3-1. Lined into left center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out.
Jonah Bride, the next up for the Marlins. One strike away. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. 1 runs in. The throw in, safe. Not in time to get him, and it's first and third with 2 away.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
With the tying run in scoring position in the bottom of the 9th, Luis Angel Acuna, the next up for the Marlins, trying to deliver as the hero. Late swing fouled off. Two outs. And that is out of play.
He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boo. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Hit to right, and that ought to do it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Phillies hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a 1-run ball game.
Well, it's a tough loss with the tying run at third, trying to get it in. Could have perhaps tied up this ball game. Would have been pretty difficult to get that run all the way around from first base. But this comes down to being able to put the ball in play, hitting in situations. They just weren't able to do it in this one.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Miami Marlins. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have looked lost against this guy, and the way he's pitching, it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon.
First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now. Getting the nod on the mound, Paul Blackburn. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Well, Boog, maybe a little pedestrian there in terms of the ERA, but with those numbers, you expect to be in a ball game and have an opportunity to win, and really, that's all his teammates can ask for. So we'll see if he's able to be consistent in this
Leading
one.
up for the Marlins,
back here in Miami, ready to
fielder,
go for the last half of the inning. Here's the center fielder, Victor Scott. Schmidt back to work. Ball one there.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
And that misses off the outside edge.
Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes, no free passes. You can't allow that.
Swings through that one for strike one.
2 balls, 1 strike.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pitch misses, and now 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Dominguez sizing this one up, and he makes the catch. And there's one down. So digging
now
in,
batting,
Victor
center
Scott.
fielder,
Fly to
Victor
left his first time.
Scott.
Check swing, and he went. That's strike
No
one.
ball. One strike.
Yankees up by 3. Strike 2.
0-2.
That's inside.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
One down, base is empty. And he swings through that one. Gets to it on to first. And there's 2 gone following the strikeout.
Now batting, catcher, Sam.
This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
Singy, you grew up in the Bay Area. Did you have a favorite player as a kid?
Yeah, I love the A's lineup. I mean, guys like Ricky Henderson, Dave Kingman, Terry Steinbach. I mean, you just go on and on. Tony Armas. Just some tremendous rosters back then, and I loved as a kid getting on the BART train, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, pulling up right there to the stadium and then going in and watching the game.
And the 0-2. Got him. Larry Bullard rings him up. Victor Scott, the next up for the Marlins. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Missing inside, and the count is 1-1.
One strike.
1 out, base is empty. Way out front for strike 2.
1-2.
Swing and a miss, splitter in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Well, fortunately, they've got a big lead on the scoreboard, so that error shouldn't hurt too much.
And a 7-1 finish in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. Here in Miami, Lone Depot Park, interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Yankees taking on the Miami Marlins. Today, all eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, In his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have looked lost against this guy, and the way he's pitching, it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go now. And towing the slab here, Yuri Perez. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the
Batting it,
strikeout.
the
He
catcher,
knows he needs to miss
Augustine.
barrels, get some soft
Ron
contact, let the
Perez.
defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think.
1-0.
They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Swings through that.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball.
1-1.
Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that one lifted in the air, center field. Bellinger under it. He makes the grab, and that is that. Welcome back.
Lead
Quite
up
a
for
pitcher's
the
duel so
Marlins.
far.
The
Here's how the
catcher,
starters have
Augustine.
performed up to this point.
Ramirez.
Rodon back to work. Up the middle. It's through for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
First and second, 2 outs. Agustin Ramirez digs in now. 1 for 2. And that misses. And it's 1-0. Line drive, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Well, it's pretty difficult to throw a base runner out at the plate with 2 outs on a base hit to the outfield, but an excellent job of coming up with it, getting rid of it quickly, and throwing on the money. That is great technique from start to finish. Nice job to end the inning.
So 2 away with nobody on. Now it's the Marlins
Now
catcher,
batting,
Agustin
catcher,
Ramirez.
Augustine. Ramirez.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
0-1's the count.
Just missed. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. There's the swing and a miss.
See if you can go upstairs a
One
little
ball,
bit. Make sure you
2 strike.
miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
That one out to right. Judge makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Offense held in check. Two outs, base is empty.
Third
Next to
baseman,
hit, Oswaldo
Oswaldo
Cabrera.
Cabrera.
Popped up. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Marlins even this series up at a game apiece.
Well, a real balanced ball game, 3-2 score. We saw some hitting at times. We saw some good pitching at other times. And I think very balanced, very pleasurable game, I think, for the fans as well as for us up here in the booth. Watching the execution by both teams was really impressive. They did it in all facets of the game.
3-2 the final score. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.